Ishido-sama has mobilized to war. Toranaga will be dead in weeks.
If there's a review I have been afraid of doing, but so eager to do all at the same time, was a review on Shogun. This is sort of a spoiler-free review, and I'll just talk about what I liked about it, and yeah, let's get into it. Hello, hi, good morning, good evening, and welcome to today's review. And today we're going to be reviewing a show that has caught people by surprise, me included, because I thought it would be like another show, another period show, so time period show, and I was like, yeah. Until I started seeing reviews on TikTok, and I was like, let's give it a chance. And boy, was I glad I gave it a chance, because what? I remember seeing the trailer and saying, this can be like Game of Thrones. And when I watched the first episode, and I was like, I remember feeling the same way when I first really got into Game of Thrones. It reminded me of how Game of Thrones felt. First of all, the cast is amazing. There's really no main character, except I would feel maybe Lord Toranaga would be the main focus of the story, but there are also other main important stories also leading up or may lead up to him, But I feel like the cast member that stood out was this girl called Anna Sawai. She's called Mariko-sama. She was the standout of the whole TV show. There's this thing about Japanese culture where, especially for women, you have to be soft. There's a way you approach people. There's a way you address your issues. You're not loud. There's just how you play your cards. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be authoritative. You don't have to be in the boardroom. There's a way you're playing your cards also. And that's what I really liked about Mariko-sama. She was mostly a translator. She translated for this guy called Anjin. I think it's like a wordplay referring him to as a white man because he's a white man there. She played that role perfectly. And also this guy called Cosmo Jarvis, the guy I've just talked about, the Anjin, the captain. He was a captain also. The thing about this show is that every character has his or her own agenda. They're not just doing things for the sake of doing. Every character, even the ones that you think are bad, you also like them. Alafu, the thing with this show is that, just like Game of Thrones, everyone has their own agenda. Everyone is just trying to either protect their family, their lineage, their seat on the council. Those things are important to them. They hold honor to such high regard that they'd rather die than be dishonored. That's how serious it is to them. So, playing off on that aspect of character, the dialogue. And they have a lot of show, not tell. As I usually say, I don't know, I think I should just tattoo it on my head here. Show and not tell. As much as they have a lot of great dialogue, there's a lot that is said by just facial reactions, just how people conduct themselves. I, as Mary Kenya, don't like the aspect of using sub. I don't like watching movies or TV shows in dub. But this one, the fact that it was mostly done in Japanese and I watched it all through with no complaints just proves that me, as someone who would not watch anything in sub, or rather would not, stayed and waited for it every week to just watch what would happen next, just proves how good of a show it was. Alafu, the thing with the dialogues is that they are very smart with it. There's a lot of interpretation with every word or every phrase or every sentence. People can be talking about this lipstick, and they're not just talking about this lipstick. Probably they're talking about the war. Maybe they're talking about honor. It's how they framed it. There's obviously an underlying meaning behind whatever these people are talking about. And that's what Shogun gives to its audience, which is the costumes as well. I may not know a lot about Japanese culture and their costumes, but what I heard from a lot of Japanese people, especially on the internet, is that they were shocked that the Western media would do such justice to their culture. There's this thing when even people from America, let's say when they cover things to do with African culture, they get so many things wrong, especially when you look at them trying to imitate like an African accent, and you're like, we all don't sound like that. We don't sound like Nigerians.
Oh, look at you. 30 years ago, you left my sister at the altar. Oh, here we go.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
The other thing is the set design. Imagine this film was filmed in Canada. I would not have. I thought it was filmed in Japan. They were able to capture that country, that Japan countryside from Canada, which I think was really great. I wouldn't have known. So the other thing was the cinematography. Each set, whether they were in the battlefield, whether they were in their houses, whether they were in the console room, the mood they have set with that cinematography, A+. The other thing that I really liked about it was how we don't know what this, let's say, Lord Toranaga wants. We don't know if he wants power or he just wants to let go of power, but there's a way they play it off towards the very end of the series, and you're like, oh, okay, so that was the plan. And they play it off differently, especially when you hear how it ended in the book from the TV show. I think they did really, really well. The whole series is completely out. Watch Shogun. If you have watched it, tell me what you think about it. Am I tripping saying that it is the 2024 TV show? I don't think there's any TV show that surpasses what it has presented to us. As I've said, if you've watched it, tell me what you think about it. If you haven't, please go watch it and tell me what you think about it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.